Hi boys and girls. Okay, today we're going to be making the armature of our snake. So that's the form, the part that we will be building paper mache onto, okay? And we're going to be starting with a wire so that it can hold its shape. And we're going to be using a little bit of aluminum foil and also some newspaper, okay? We're going to create a ball with our newspaper. So I'm just going to wad it up like this. This is going to form the head shape. So you're going to wad it up really tight, and then you're going to use your foil to wrap around it and kind of hold that into the shape you want it to be. So I've got that, my paper together, and then I'm going to put the wire up inside of here. So just tuck that in there, kind of poke it in there, wrap the foil the rest of the way around the wire. Okay, that's the beginning of our snake. So you're going to take a piece of newspaper and we're going to make kind of a rope out of this. So I want you to take it the long way like this, kind of crumple it up long like that, kind of twist it so that it starts to feel like you've almost got a rope in your hand. Keep twisting it all the way along, pretty tight. See how it's almost holding itself? Not completely, but it's kind of holding itself. All right, once you get that twisted, and it'll undo itself a little bit, but if you do it really tight, it'll hold long enough for you to get it used, okay? I'm going to twist it all the way to the other end, keep twisting, and then I'm going to take this end, this flat end, and I'm going to start with. So this would be a place where you want to start with your tape. Now, depending on where we're at, you might be using just masking tape. At one school, I have some of this, and it seems to work pretty good. So I'm going to use that here because I have more of that than I do the other. And the masking tape's starting to be a little bit not so easy to work with. We had some that wouldn't even come off. All right. So you're going to take that rope and you're going to wrap it tightly around your wire so that it covers up the wire. Not like this. I actually had somebody do this where they could still see the wire. If you do this, you're going to have a really weird, lumpy, bumpy snake because he's going to have all these little holes right here. So you want to wrap it pretty tightly, and you want it to be kind of smooth, right? We don't want it to be too bumpy because snakes, there we go. All right, and now this is going to let go if I don't get another piece of tape on there, right? So maybe have some of these pieces of tape torn and hooked on the side of your table so that you're ready for this, because if you don't, you got to stop, tear the tape, and then it lets go. And just like I'm doing here, it will probably save you some time if you just tear a few of these, stick them to the side of your table, or top of your table, wherever it's handy for you. Oops. Okay. Now, I have run out of rope, right? So I'm going to need to get another piece of newspaper. And usually one layer that's about this, like the length of a newspaper is about right. You crumple it together like this. And then remember, you're going to, I have to turn it around because I'm right-handed. I want to twist it this way. And just go ahead and twist it. Make it into a rope-like, and I don't think I'm going to need this whole piece, but I'm going to go ahead and twist it all. If you don't need it all, give it to someone else at your table, maybe that's behind you. We want to help each other out. We all want to get done here. So if you can share some of it with someone at your table, that's great. If you get done before everybody else at your table, maybe you could tear tape for other people. That would also be helpful. Okay, so before I start doing anything, I'm going to tape this because I know it's just going to try to escape me. Okay, and then remember to wrap that nice and tight. Now, a snake's tail gets very small at the tip. So when I get closer to the bottom here, I'm probably going to snip this off. And I'm going to snip it at an angle because I kind of want that to come down to a point, okay? And then try to make sure that when I wrap my tape, I wrap it so that it's really tight, kind of point. Oh, I like that. Okay, so there we go. Now, if you have some lumps and bumps here, you can always just take your tape and kind of make it look a little more even, right? I think I'm going to do that. Got a little bit more tape here. I did see somebody taping like this. They took their tape and they wrapped it around, and instead of wrapping it onto here, they stuck these two ends together, and then what happens is you have this piece that sticks out. Do you see how that's sticking out? You don't want that, okay? We don't want that sticking out. You want to fold it under, so don't stick those together. Stick one side down first and then wrap the other one over it, okay? We don't want to waste tape either, okay? Every class is going to be using this tape, and we want to have enough for everybody to use. Okay, once you have the general shape, if it looks good to you, and this looks really good to me actually, it looks like it could be a snake's body, right? I feel like I'm ready. I'm going to put a little bit more here. You should not be able to see any wire, so I'm checking to see, did I cover up all the wire? If you have a little bit of, I don't, but I'm just going to show you. Just wrap up another piece of rope and then put it right over whatever wire that you can see, and get yourself some tape, okay? Then the final thing, if you're using this tape here, you could just take a Sharpie and write on it, right? Because we'd be able to see it. But if you're using this tape, you can't really see that. So take a piece of this tape. And I have some of this at every school. I just don't have a lot of it. And put it on your snake. I'm going to put it right here. And write your name and class code on there. Okay, and then this is going to go in the tub that you should have a tin tub on your table. Or you're in 3C. Put one of those on there so we know which class you're in. Now, once you've got that done, put it in your bin. Help other people, either wrapping rope for them, give them tape, maybe just clean up at your table if you're done. These go back in your tub and all bottom, so these should probably go up on the supply table. And extra newspaper, if you have strips, this would be one that I would just put in the tub because you're going to need this. Next week we're going to be tearing strips like so, and we're going to wet them with paste and then wrap them around. That paste will dry and give us a nice hard surface, kind of like this, kind of hard, and then that we will get to paint. Okay, all right, have fun.